Hey, I'm back at it once again, and welcome to my channel. And we're going to talk about today, with everything going on, and they don't want to say it's a recession, but yet, if you remember 2008 recession, we're in a recession. And if anybody was born before 1995, you know what a recession looks like. So I'm here today to talk to you about thriving in a recession. I've got like 5 tips that I can give you to help you survive this recession. Now, it is all depending on how you want to thrive in this recession. It's all on you. You have to make that decision. And today is all about, first of all, we got to look at our money and start looking at where we can shore up our finances. Have that real personal conversation first with yourself. If you're in a relationship with your spouse, then if you're a single mom, you got to have that conversation with your kids. But we got to have these conversations, okay? And come up with great ideas. You got to look at it, compare, what's more cost effective for us to thrive financially during this time period. It's all about thriving, not dying, and not driving ourselves into a hole or a dilemma that we can't get out of. Then we're going to change the way we spend our money. We're going to look at what we're spending our money on. Are you running to Starbucks every day for a cappuccino, a frappuccino, Well, you're spending $5. Some people, their bill may even be $10. But if you add that up, and I'm going to say some people go 5 days a week, some people go 7 days a week. So you're either spending 50 or 70 plus. Now you times that by 4, that's $280 if you go 7 days a week. And that is $200 a month if you're going 5 days a week. So we already found an extra $200 to $280. I like to round everything off to zeros. So I'm gonna say $300. We just found at $300 extra dollars for yourself or your family. Then we're gonna revise and we're gonna look at what our access is, those assets, and we're going to reallocate them. And that's all depending on you. What you determine is an asset in your life. I would say you got $200 extra a month. Instead of buying Starbucks and drinking your investment, why don't you use that and invest in stock instead of stuff? And then we're going to, once we do that, we're going to start reducing our expenditures. Think about this. What are you really spending your money on? Are you spending it on necessities, or are you spending your money unnecessarily? Because the necessities is food, shelter, transportation, some health care, dental care. Those things are necessities. You want to think about what is really a necessity in your life. Internet has become a necessity, even though they don't want to count it as a monthly cost in the American budget, financial budget, but it is, and it has been for quite some time. I'm going to say it has been for over a decade, maybe even a decade and a half, because now we can't do anything without the internet, having access to the internet. So that monthly bill has now become a necessity. It used to be for entertainment, but now it has moved over into a necessity. You can also look at what are you spending your money on. A lot of people are they have subscriptions, a lot of subscriptions. And you want to look at it and say, do I necessarily need all of these descriptions, especially like the movie channels and stuff like that? Try to find free apps that you can watch your show, YouTube shows and stuff too. So that will cut back on your expenditures, and now you have more money for assets and necessities during this period of recession. We want to thrive. We're not driving ourselves to bankruptcy. We're not driving ourselves into ditches of dilemmas with our financials. We want to thrive during this recession. And we can if we are willing to look at our finances honestly, okay? And you also want to look at that credit cards debt. Because credit has become the new crack of the millennials, okay? The instant high. I can get it instant now, but later on they get the bill, and now what you paid $25 for is now costing you $85. You got to think about that. Look at those interest rates on those credit cards, and then go out and shop. Become a consumer when it comes to your finances, and go out there and shop for the best credit card for you, okay? Not the best blouse, tennis shoes, new gear. Shop to improve and thrive during this recession where your finances are concerned. And this is for everybody, because everybody has a fixed income. Okay? Everybody has a fixed income. I don't care if it comes once a month, twice a month, bi-weekly, the 1st and the 15th, the 7th and the 22nd. Everybody has a fixed income. Your money is fixed at a certain amount each month. And we want to thrive and not drive ourselves into a ditch during this recession. So we want to plan also for possible loss of income. Okay? A lot of people are losing income during this time. If you are a family and both parents are working, plan on and see how, just put it in the budget. Look at it and say, okay, if I lose my job, how can we still thrive? Will we have to move from where we're at? Or what can we do? You want to plan for your future success financially. Stop living on an everyday whim, okay? Plan it out. You can do it. I don't care how much it is, because you're talking to someone who has always had to plan out her finances. I was not born with a trust fund. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I learned it. I got in there. I did it. I didn't make excuses. I don't make excuses. I look for the possible, reasonable solution when it comes to finances. I always wanted to buy stocks when I was very young. I couldn't, but now I do it. I buy stocks instead of stuff. Because you know what? If you're spending $200 on that pair of shoes, instead of owning a stock in the shoe company, that's not a good, you spending $200 on a new pair of kicks and you don't own stock in Nike. That's bad finances. That's just bad finances. You making Nike rich and you ain't getting rich. Look at everything that you purchase and see, where you can purchase stocks in. And you can buy stock as little as $5. If you do that and you put $5 every time you get paid, you buy $5 of stock in something. We're paying utility bills. Start buying stocks in utilities. Water, lights, gas, you name it. Start buying stock in those things to shore up your money, because the one thing that ain't changed since this recession hit, I don't care what the government says, I don't care what your Congress, your governor says, your state representative said, we in a recession. They lied to you, okay? So we want to thrive and not drive ourselves into a ditch during this recession. And we're not going to operate our finances in fear. And we're going to remove ourselves out of the mindset of lack and I can't do nothing about it. Yes, you can. So I have given you 5 tips to thrive during this recession. And you can expand them, you can tweak them, but you can thrive and be successful during this recession. Number one, we're going to plan. We're going to look at our finances. We're going to be honest and truthful about our finances. We're going to shore up our access. We're going to look at our spending. We're going to get rid of bad spending habits. And we're going to plan for the loss. So we're going to create an emergency fund for whatever it is. You know, car repair. You know, things happen in life. And you should plan for something to happen. That's why we have insurance. Insurance is the plan that says I'm covered in case of an emergency, in case of an accident, in case. That's what insurance is for, okay? And you also want to start buying you some stock in insurance, okay? If you got New York Life, start buying you some stock in New York Life, okay? And you know, Allstate, you know, buy you some stock in that too. We want to think smarter instead of living harder, because life can be real easy if we stop. If we stop thinking in fear, get our finances right, we can thrive during this recession, okay? And on the other side now, have a good evening.